Hi everyone, Gianni here with you for TheoTrade, and today is Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. Seeing stocks face some sell side action here with that gap from last Monday being filled in the S&P, and really just across the board, we're seeing a big unwind in technology. But as I look at the intraday charts of the indices here, I do see the potential for a little bit more downside. I think that there is probably another 100-point lower that we can drop here in the S&P, taking us back to around 6,700. But I think that will do quite a good job at shaking out some of the excess speculation that we've been seeing lately. Been having a lot of cash in the portfolio over in the Trinity Trade for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Just a lot of setups not fully triggering on the long side. And so, by paying attention to those key levels on these stocks, it's kept us out of the market by and large. Now, a couple stocks hitting their targets still, other stocks, getting stopped out, pretty quickly. So the market's pretty much sending a message that the clean, steady uptrend that's been in effect by, since April is not really that way anymore. And now we have the setup for another 100-point drop lower. You're seeing the NASDAQ lead the sell off. You're seeing, technology accelerates the downside. The NASDAQ's off almost 2% now. Chips are getting hit pretty hard, down over 3.3%. Not to mention today, you do have earnings in advanced micro devices. Could you be in for an upside surprise? Perhaps. But I wouldn't. For me, the best thing that would happen in a name like AMD after the run that it's just had is for it to just go sideways at this point. Now you look at the big chip name in Nvidia. This is still consolidating near its highs. Again, guys, let's not lose sight of the fact that we are 1 week from all-time highs, and in the case of stocks, we're 3 days away at the index level. So, this isn't a Katie bar the door situation. Tesla did close at its highest level of the year yesterday, and at its second highest level in history. Today, it's down almost 5%, giving back all of those gains of yesterday and the prior day. But let's see if it can stabilize and continue its sideways action, because rotation has been the name of the game. You look at stocks like Amazon, which had not hit a new high for the year, breaking out after its earnings report and some good announcements with OpenAI. And we'd actually called out a long position in the TheoTrade chat room a couple weeks back. So we were pleased with that breakout that confirmed the rally and the trend being on the side of the bulls. But we still haven't hit the upside target. So there is still more work to be done in names like Amazon. You take a look at Apple, still holding up very nicely. Been looking at names like Apple, Amazon, and Tesla emerging as the new leaders in the Mag 7, while other names like Meta and even Microsoft kind of fall back asleep and build out new bases. Meta's chart actually looks pretty nasty. This gap here looks like it has some serious issues. So Meta could be facing some pressure for a while. And then even Netflix announced that 10-for-1 split. That wasn't enough to keep the stock from meaningfully continuing its breakdown. So still some issues on that side. I continue to see good strength come from the healthcare space and biotech. Healthcare is up today. You take a look at XBI, that's down a little bit more than 1%. IBV is holding up a little bit better. We did actually just book gains from this trade that I issued in the main chat room in Divior. This hit our upside target at $32 earlier today. We got long this stock about a week and a half ago, around 25, 26 bucks. So good initial profits booked on this one. I'll be updating members on what we're going to do next tomorrow in the live chat room. So make sure you'll tune in for that. But really, a lot of the other biotech and healthcare names that I've been watching, we booked gains on ARQT recently in the Trinity Trade, and the one that's been holding up the best amidst this turbulence includes Insights. We've been in this one for a few weeks, and it's holding up very well. So that's where I'm seeing the money flow right now. There's been a lot of discussion and commentary on weakening breadth in the market, lack of participation to the upside. But what is not being shared, the devil's in the details, is the weakness is coming from defensive areas of the market. Consumer staples performing terribly. Healthcare starting to come back to life. That's another defensive sector. And utilities, it's kind of evolving as its role as a defensive sector, but that one hasn't really been doing well over the last couple of weeks either. So we've been seeing the strength in tech. Tech has been where the strength has been, and you've been seeing weakness and the lack of breadth come from defensive areas of the market. That's generally a good sign. So other things that I'm looking at right now include a sustained weakness in crude oil. I'm looking for a bigger breakdown there that I think could kind of throw this market a lifeline. And bonds are shaping up for a bottom here. I'm looking for rates to continue to drop. We have this really nice setup for a low here in both the 30-year and 10-year treasuries. So I'm looking for that to happen. And I'm also looking for the dollar to back off a little bit. It's trying to against the yen, but I think one of the issues we've had is that the euro continues to be weak, and this is putting a lot of pressure on risk assets, specifically Bitcoin, which is getting absolutely liquidated today. I put out an article at the end of last week talking about how we needed to see support in the 103 to 103.7 zone hold. Well, we've broken below that today. So this creates a major, major issue. Ethereum getting hit very hard, down almost 10% on the day. Solana also getting nailed, but actually not as much as Ethereum, which is rather interesting. So crypto's getting unwound right now. I've been talking about how we needed to see that come back, and so the fact that it's not, and now stocks are look like they're starting to sell off. A brief one, a minor one, I think, does speak to the risk off environment that we are in at the moment. So take a look at precious metals as well. Gold and silver are both down today. You do see mining stocks following them lower down a little bit more. Looks like a lower high is complete. I think we'll get one final washout before the lows are complete, and then there's going to be some more opportunities coming in the mining space. So that's what I had for today, everyone. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I hope to see you in the TheoTrade chat room shortly. That's all for now. Take care.